Traore, the president of the People's Republic of Burkina Faso, from September 30th, 2022 to March 31st, 2025. Trust me, this list will blow your mind. Check this out. When the captain and his team took over power through a coup in September of 2022, Burkina Faso's national gross domestic product, GDP, was about $18.8 billion. In less than 3 years, he has grown it to an economy of $22.1 billion. So from $18.8 billion to now $22.1 billion. Last year, Burkina Faso's economy grew at a rate of 5.1%, which was higher than the growth rate of Nigeria, South Africa, Kenya in the same year, for a country that was politically destabilized. And this is just one out of the 20 achievements I want to bring to your attention. He went ahead and reduced the salaries of ministers of state and parliamentarians by 30% and increased salaries of civil servants by 50%. Ladies and gentlemen, this was when he caught the attention of the entire country in Burkina Faso. And then he established 2 tomato processing plants in the same time period, putting Burkina Faso on the African map as one of the largest tomato producer and processor for this year, bumping their tomato production from 315,000 metric tons in 2022 to 360,000 metric tons in 2024. This man means business. In fact, don't be surprised to start seeing canned tomato paste in Ghana labeled made in Burkina Faso very soon. That's where he's going. Millet production rose from 907,000 metric tons in 2022 to 1.1 million metric tons in 2024. Rice production also increased from 280,000 metric tons in 2022 to 326,000 metric tons in 2024. He understands that Burkina Faso's chances of building stability in their local currency and employment will come from agriculture, and that's exactly what he's doing, ladies and gentlemen. The next thing is he has distributed over 400 tractors, 239 tillers, 710 motor pumps, 740 motorbikes to farmers to boost production and support rural stakeholders. He then built Burkina Faso's second cotton processing plant, making Burkina Faso one of the top 3 largest cotton producers in Africa, and opened the first ever National Support Center for artisanal cotton processing to assist local cotton farmers. Ladies and gentlemen, all the major moves he's made to make the country function better than before is related to agriculture. This is why he's winning. This is why, even though he came in through the window, he's still loved by the people. Then in 2023, he inaugurated a state-of-the-art gold mine to enhance the country's local processing capacity. He stopped the export of unrefined Burkina Faso gold to Europe and started, ladies and gentlemen, the collection and treatment of all their tailings in the country to get gold. That is how smart the guy is. He avoided taking loans from the IMF and the World Bank and focused on creating value from within. He has since expelled French troops from Burkina Faso, banned French media, banned French military operations, and declined an offer from the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia to construct 200 mosques in the country. Instead, he urged the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia to invest in essential infrastructure projects that will directly benefit the Burkinabe people. This is smartness, such as schools, hospitals, job-creating businesses. He has also banned the wearing of British legal wigs and gowns in Burkina Faso courts and introduced traditional Burkinabe attire. He's investing massively in constructing new roads and widening existing ones and upgrading gravel roads into paved surfaces, and is building a brand new airport, ladies and gentlemen. All of these are happening in the space of 3 years. So now the question has to be, why is it taking forever for other African countries to pursue such projects in agriculture? Is the challenge caused by the practice of our type of democracy? Is that a problem? Is it a lack of political will? Is that a problem? Does it have to do with handicaps or hindrances put in place from external factors? Is that a problem? Because it's obvious, Africa isn't moving as fast as other countries or continents. And as it stands now, Captain Ibrahim Traore is making all these so-called learned presidents in other African countries look useless. They hold master's and doctorate degrees with many years of experience in politics and political science and other fancy programs from some fancy universities. But all Captain Ibrahim holds is a degree in geology from the University of Ouagadougou. And I bet you don't even know where that is on the map. But that's the background in addition to his military training. And yet, that's the man making the news for all the right reasons every day in Africa right now. I am sometimes of the opinion that most of these other presidents in Africa are actually jealous of the man. They are jealous of him. They are first of all fearful of his approach in capturing power. They fear that. They fear he could be an example for other heads of militaries in other African countries to emulate. He moves around with his firearms strapped to his side, and that one thing alone scares a lot of these old head presidents in Africa. But I'm of the opinion that they harbor jealousy at him for the very simple reason that he is brave enough to break away, ladies and gentlemen, from the shackles of foreign entities and establishment and pursue something of interest to himself and for his country. This is where I suspect, ladies and gentlemen, the jealousy will come from. They wish they could do same, but they fear the repercussions. They wish they can also achieve the kind of support and goodwill he has from his countrymen and from the rest of Africans, but they won't attempt to do what it will take for that to happen. They enjoy the invitations to global conferences and their memberships in secret fraternities, ladies and gentlemen. They swear their primary allegiances to such brotherhoods and occult organizations for power and will dare not do anything contrary to their dictates. This is why they can know all the problems and solutions in their countries and on this continent, but won't do much when they are in office. Ladies and gentlemen, they don't work for the people. They don't represent the people. They are not put there by the people, ladies and gentlemen, and so they won't do anything for the people. They will come in and do the service of those who financed them, those they swore their first allegiance to, and to those in their political parties. This is why Africa is still a bottom feeder continent. We have no respect in the eyes of the world. Every country in the world thinks of themselves as higher than us. Westerners think they are the best race. Asians say they are far ahead of us, but slightly behind the West. And we are still struggling with how to store food, ladies and gentlemen, in this modern era. Indians think they are better than us. Arabs see us as the lowest of all people, and even our own race in America don't like to associate with us. Why is it so, ladies and gentlemen, when we have everything the world needs to prosper? If you are a part of those who say Africa is cursed, let us know in the comment section. If you believe Africa is the way it is because of lack of quality leadership, like I believe, let it be known in the comments section. But if you think Africa is already doing well, let us hear from you in the comments as well. Ladies and gentlemen, leadership like Ibrahim Traore is a gem. He's one in a lifetime type of leader. And I pray the people of Burkina Faso will support him to get the country to where the people will be proud of their nation. Thanks for making time to join me.